We like to think we are entirely in charge of our bodies. Every time you move a muscle or read a sentence, your brain fires instant electric signals down your nerve fibers. But beneath that conscious layer, a shadow system is making thousands of decisions without your input. You never actively decide your resting heart rate, your physical growth, or whether a sudden loud noise makes you feel calm or terrified. Those commands come from your endocrine system. While the nervous system is a flash of lightning, the endocrine system acts as a slow, powerful chemical tide. It doesn't use electricity. It communicates by releasing physical molecules called hormones directly into your bloodstream. This diagram shows how that targeting mechanism actually works. A hormone might drift past millions of cells, but it will only activate the specific cell equipped with the exact matching receptor. These chemical instructions provide a persistent influence, physically reshaping your body over hours, days, or even years. Every one of those chemical instructions has to start somewhere. That origin point sits deep inside your brain at the hypothalamus, the exact place where unconscious thought translates into physical chemistry. The hypothalamus listens to your nervous system, then passes that signal down to a tiny structure called the pituitary. We refer to the pituitary as the master gland because it delegates those chemical commands to the rest of the body. Let's track one of those orders. The pituitary releases a hormone that travels straight down your body into your neck. It is looking for the thyroid, a butterfly-shaped gland wrapped around your windpipe. The thyroid has one specific mandate: to set your metabolism, the internal speed limit for your entire body. If the thyroid receives an order to flood your system, your heart pounds and your body races. If the signal drops, your energy plummets, and your internal engine slows to a cold, heavy crawl. Your brain doesn't manually spin that engine. It simply issues a chemical memo, and the peripheral glands execute the order. Move further down into the torso, and you find glands managing immediate, chaotic physical needs. Right behind your stomach is the pancreas, the primary guardian of your blood sugar. This diagram illustrates the pancreas's constant push and pull mechanism. After a meal, it releases insulin to pull sugar out of the blood and store it. When energy runs low, it releases glucagon to push sugar back out, keeping your available fuel perfectly level. While the pancreas manages fuel, another set of glands handles pure survival. Perched right on top of your kidneys are the adrenal glands. When you encounter immediate danger, the adrenals execute an explosive override. They dump adrenaline and cortisol directly into your blood, forcing your pupils to dilate, your airways to open, and your heart to pound. Because these are physical molecules circulating in your blood, they take time to clear out. That is exactly why your hands might keep shaking for 20 minutes after a near miss on the highway. Getting through a single day requires this constant crossfire. Long-term metabolic pacing overlapping with instant chemical spikes, all happening simultaneously. To balance out that chaos, the system also has a way to shut you down. Deep inside the center of your brain sits the pineal gland, acting as a light-sensitive watchtower. As the sun sets and environmental light fades, the pineal gland detects the darkness and responds by releasing a chemical called melatonin. You feel this release physically. Melatonin sweeps through your nervous system, suppressing your alertness and forcing your body to drift heavily toward the sleep cycle. As the planet turns and your environment moves from light to dark, your biology tracks the shift. The endocrine system uses that falling light as a master signal to time your rest. With millions of chemical orders being shouted across your body simultaneously, biology faces a critical structural problem. How does the system know when to stop? The body uses negative feedback to prevent chemical burnout. The brain signals the master gland, which signals the target to release its hormone. While these particles circulate, a portion travels straight back up the chain and physically hit the brain. The accumulation of that hormone acts as the off switch. Once the brain detects enough of the chemical, it stops sending the initial signal. The order itself silences the one who gave it. The endocrine system bypasses a simple top-down command structure entirely. It operates as a perfect, self-corrected closed loop of information. When that loop breaks, the consequences ripple through every part of your physiology. A blocked return signal leaves your body either flooded with too much hormone or starved with too little. This diagram shows a system in failure. When the target gland can't be shut off, you experience severe physical symptoms: chronic exhaustion, violent mood swings, and systemic diseases like diabetes. Step back and look at the functional network. 7 major glands and dozens of specific hormones are actively keeping billions of cells alive and balanced. This coordination happens every second of your life, balancing the chemistry of billions of cells without your direct awareness. Life exists within this ongoing chemical conversation, a system that maintains its own balance beneath your awareness. Second, your body skirts the edge of ruin. Between the heat generated by your muscles, the friction of moving tissue, and a stomach full of pooling acid, your internal environment is highly volatile. Preventing a biological catastrophe requires a constant, highly regulated defense system managed by a specialized group of organs. Public perception of the pancreas often stops at its role as a blood sugar regulator. Most people recognize it only as the source of insulin, but that description accounts for only half of its workload. The pancreas operates 2 entirely separate chemical delivery networks simultaneously. It is a single organ functioning across 2 different biological systems to maintain internal stability. Understanding this double life explains how the human body survives its own deadly internal chemistry. The first of these networks is the endocrine system. It is defined by its lack of physical pathways. There are no tubes or dedicated pipelines. This ductless system operates by dropping hormones, specifically insulin, directly into the bloodstream highway for mass distribution. The systemic approach allows the pancreas to send energy management signals globally, reaching cells throughout the entire body at once. The strength of the endocrine system is its sweeping, widespread influence. It functions as the body's public broadcast network. The pancreas's second identity, the exocrine system, is built on localized physical infrastructure rather than a general broadcast. Shown in this split-screen comparison, the exocrine system relies on a duct. This is a custom-built biological road used exclusively to transport specific chemical mixtures. At the root of every duct lies the acinus, a factory cluster of specialized cells responsible for manufacturing these targeted chemicals. This enclosed design allows the pancreas to launch highly targeted chemical strikes without affecting the rest of the body. While the endocrine system manages broad communication, the exocrine system focuses on precise, localized engineering. This precision is most visible in the stomach, where a highly acidic environment is required to process a meal. When corrosive stomach acid surges forward into the delicate small intestine, it threatens to cause severe tissue damage. The pancreas responds by firing a heavy alkaline torrent through the pancreatic duct directly into the duodenum. This localized chemical payload neutralizes the acid on contact and deploys digestive enzymes to break down proteins and fats. Without the speed and precision of this exocrine pipeline, the acid would be impossible to neutralize in time, leaving the body vulnerable to internal destruction. The specialized duct architecture found in the pancreas provides the biological blueprint for physical defenses across the entire human body. Tear glands use this exact exocrine mechanism to wash corrosive dust from our corneas with every single blink. Sweat glands employ identical pipelines to vent heat, preventing our internal organs from reaching dangerous temperatures under pressure. Across different organs, the design remains the same: custom-built biological pipelines delivering targeted chemical solutions. The exocrine system serves as the body's essential frontline defense, operating constantly and entirely out of sight. The pancreas manages both the endocrine broadcast and the targeted exocrine pipeline to maintain this balance. This single organ coordinates 2 entirely different chemical delivery methods to ensure the body remains functional. Human survival depends on this constant management of internal excretion, localized pressure, and chemical flow. This invisible infrastructure operates beneath your skin every second. We rely on this integration of physical conduits and targeted chemistry to survive.